Hello, once again I am here to share my perspective on preparing for SSB. What are the aspects? And today we will talk about office-like quality. Like any other challenge, if you know the enemy and know yourself, then you will win thousands of battles. So said Sun Tzu, a Chinese general and Chinese thinker. So in this case, there is no enemy, but there has to be an aim. What is the aim? Aim is to prepare you for those tasks which an officer is required to perform. Now let's see what is the scope of his work. As an officer, you will be dealing with men with whom you may not have common language. You will be dealing with your men who will be initially very apprehensive of your being able to be part of them. You will be dealing with men who may be physically, they would feel better than you. You would be dealing with men who may not be very confident of your loyalty towards them. So legally they will listen to you, but loyalty you will have to earn from them. That is one part of his dealing with men. Second part is you will be going into the terrain, the area about which very little knowledge you will have in the beginning. Different, very challenging terrain. Somewhere you will have to deal with rivers, somewhere you will have to deal with marsh, somebody will have desert, somebody with jungles. So all kind of terrain. So you should, how will you adjust into that kind of a terrain? Second is you are confronted with an enemy about whom you would have very little information. Fourthly, resources will always be less than what is required. Resources would be less than what they are there. So these two things put together call for a very interesting thing, that is how ingenious you are, how innovative you are. With this kind of challenges, I would say the first and foremost officer-like quality is attitude. Attitude, when you say, it has to be positive. All those who are fond of English literature would know that brigade of charge of light cavalry. In that Tennyson's poem, my left is collapsing, my right is collapsing, but I am moving ahead. That is the attitude that when difficulty comes, as they say, that when going gets difficult, going gets tough, toughers get going. If you had that kind of attitude, that there's nothing which is impossible. And that will come, that will bring, one is attitude. Second, related qualities which come out is confidence. You should be very confident of your own capability. Yes, I can. So that famous Obama saying, yes, we can, if you have this attitude. So therefore, with that, yes, we can, many things you may not be doing, but then you should have that capability to learn. And that brings yet another quality, flexibility of mind. That my way or highway, you will have to shed, you will have to be flexible in your mind, that you, whatever comes, you should be like a blotting paper, you keep learning. So that's another aspect, flexibility of mind. There may be a very important aspect is that I said that resources will always be less than what task desires. So therefore, you should be able to utilize and exploit all the resources available to you to the fullest, A. B, you should have capability and competence to create your own resources. Just take your mind back to Ramayana. Lord Ram, when he lost his wife, he and his brother were alone. But they used whom? To fight a person who had fitness of 10 people, brain of 10 people, and a very, very potent army separated by a very big obstacle. And so what he thought, that what resources he created? Vanar, tribals. So tribals he created, A. B, to make the bridge, he identified two people who had very good understanding of the resources available. So Nal and Neel came out with the idea that coral stone, if they are used, they float in the water. And he was able to find a shoal where if this bridge is made, then he created that kind of a thing that we have to win. So therefore, now this brings out 2-3 qualities. One is practical intelligence. You should be intelligence alone is not sufficient. It should be practical intelligence. So how can you convert your ideas into ground is important. That is one aspect which has come out very clearly. Second is innovative skills, which has come out. Third is never to give in. Difficulties would be there, but the same thing go back to when going gets tough, toughest get going. So therefore, that attitudinal thing also comes. Your understanding of ground. So intellectual capability, you should be able to read ground. You should have knowledge that if I am going into, say, waterborne terrain, what would be my challenges? I should be able to do it. I should be sociable enough to make new friends to create my own team. So that's yet another capability you should have, that you should be able to. And underlying thing for all this thing is confidence. Now, even if you are sociable, will people listen to you? May not be. So therefore, typical human attitude, what is there in it for me? So in case if you can create that transaction between you and the other person, he'll be loyal to you. And that is only in case if you have very high EQ. You have empathy for him. So that is why they say when you lead a team, you are de jure leader by order of President of India. But de facto leader you become only if they start having confidence in you. Not that you have confidence in your own capability, that is one thing. But others should have confidence in your capability, and more so your subordinates. Because then they will be loyal. Because then they will say, okay, if this man gives me order, he'll do. All this Lord Ram's example comes out, determination. Against all odds, you have to stand up and get counted. He could have said, okay, I'll get my Awadh army and then I'll go and fight. Till that time I'll wait. No, he did not. He was determined with his own forces, with his own resources, he'll be able to make it. So determination is yet another call. And how will you display in all these things? That's a very important. Physical fitness. Physical fitness does not mean bulging muscles. Physical fitness is that the task which you are given, physically you should be able to endure because you will be dealing with vagaries of weather, difficulty of terrain, hostile weather, so you should be physically fit. Another aspect is, and related to sociability, is capability to organize. So therefore, when you start getting resources from more than one source, you will be getting. So you should be able to have that capability to do more than one thing simultaneously. So maybe 60 to 70% efficiency if you have that capability. And the best example is mother, who does everything. There are many things she does early in the morning, through the day. And so that is why even in house, it is, they say, yat narastu pujante ramante tatra devta. So that means God also lives where it is. Now, you will be charged with, you will be interested with, not charged, you will be interested with safety and security of the nation. So there may be many inducement to wear you out from this. So a person has to have a high integrity. And when I say high integrity, it essentially means what? Moral wholeness. It is not only financial. It has to be that morally you should be withstand pressures, pulls, and not given. For every Indian Army officer, there is a credo given by the first commandant of IMA, that is Sir Philip Chetwood. He said, "Your country comes first." So you should have mental makeup in such a way so that you think of country's interest first, nationalism. Second is comfort and welfare of your men is second. So therefore, if you want to build a good team, you should be able to take care of the food, you should be able to take care of his social responsibilities of your men. You must have very high empathy for him. You must train him so well so that he does not lose life or limb. So that is second part. And third is your own is comfort last. So therefore what I started with, confidence, self-confidence is one thing, but it does not mean that you should become a loner. Now how these qualities are judged? SSB is a test where all three techniques are used to judge only same quality. Now when you go in the beginning itself, in the sociability is used to help you to get through the screening. Determination, command task, and all these tasks, planning task. There is another, your mind should have sequential thinking, that this after this, this after this, this after this, and that planning task. Physical fitness, your individual task help you to get. And when you are intellectually, if you are sound, if you are aware of your environment and surroundings, because a soldier has to be aware and he should be intellectually sound. From time memorial, if you see, all those great soldiers had all been highly educated. Two of the chiefs I can name, General V.K. Singh is PhD, present chief is also PhD. So therefore you got to be, this is another quality which you should have. Another thing is a sense of self-pride. This is one quality that anything you can do, I can do better if you have. This helps you to improve. And this can be shown in your word association tests, your story writing, and while doing the work also, the questions in situations when they are asked. So if you can, that capacity to listen, this is another, because if you don't have that capability to listen, in wartime, you will miss out a lot of things. Orders and instructions you will not understand. So therefore it is essential. Please note, the questions which will be asked in SSB, they by design are very long. So you should learn that capability, how to remember the entire question and answer them. Another aspect of a good leader is clarity of mind. I have seen a lot of people saying, my relationship with my father is excellent. What is this excellent? Father-son relationship will always be excellent. If you commit a mistake, you will get a dhap. If you do well, he will appreciate you, he will pat you on your back, and same as mother. So therefore, be normal, natural self. Because if you are normal, natural self in warfare, why it is important to be normal and natural yourself? Because if you are relaxed, you will be able to perform better. Normal cause, anything where temperature goes up in the system, it starts malfunctioning. So when you are in tension, you will start malfunctioning. So the best is relax, be normal self. So therefore, these are some of the qualities which I thought would help you to become better prepared for armed forces. So awareness, please remember that if you are not aware of your surroundings, then you will not be so. Awareness is one important aspect which is part of your intellectual capability or general knowledge. So when I am going from Lucknow and if I don't know about Lucknow, then I am a bookworm. If I don't know where I am going, if I am going to Allahabad, and if I don't know about Allahabad, again I am a bookworm. No, don't be normal, natural self. The basic quality of our armed forces, that is, there's a great attitude, he has aptitude to learn, and he is determined to perform. So DD, so it's AAD. That should be the attitude, aptitude, determination. And the envelope factors are intelligence, loyalty, and all those things which are there. But AAD are the watchword. I hope my talk may have helped you to prepare better for. Please try to internalize these qualities. And even if your SSB, one time you are not being able to get noticed by the SSB, you definitely will give notice. Otherwise, you will make a better leader and human being. Thank you. जय हिंद।
आप भी बन सकते हैं हिस्सा भारत के रक्षा क्षेत्र में हमारी ऐतिहासिक कामयाबी की दास्तां का। क्या आप भी बनना चाहते हैं अधिकारी भारतीय सेना में? अगर हाँ, आज ही ज्वाइन करें सेंचुरियन डिफेंस एकेडमी और ले इंडिविजुअल एंड पर्सनलाइज्ड गाइडेंस इंडिया के इलाइट एसएसबी पैनल से।